All right, guys, it's hump day, and I do have a story for you this morning. And this one is regarding an officer that did something that you wouldn't expect a police officer to do. He's probably responded to hundreds of wrecks, and here he's doing something. Well, you'll find out. Before I get to it, though, I want to give you a quick paragraph or two of a story that happened here yesterday morning, Tuesday morning at about, I think they said 2 something a.m. in the morning. And, for anybody that gets upset, when I go out and I record DUI drivers being arrested, and for those of you who get upset, and there have been people who have made comments on the video and said, well, what about their privacy? How would you like to get recorded being arrested? Here's why I don't care. I'm going to give it to you right now. And then we're going to talk about this police officer kind of did the same thing. Let's look at it. From dailynews.com, a man and woman were killed and 3 other people injured, including a 4-year-old boy, when a wrong way head-on crash involving a suspected drunk driver on the northbound 110 freeway in downtown Los Angeles happened Tuesday morning.
A suspected drunk driver has caused a deadly head-on crash while driving on the wrong side of the 110 freeway. At least 2 people are dead now. CBS 2's Cara Fincham is live this morning and near the 9th Street exit, where some of the lanes are still blocked off as we speak. Cara, good morning to you.
Good morning, DeMarco. Sadly, a man and a woman who appear to have been in their 30s, both killed here on the freeway this morning. They appear to be the innocent victims of a wrong-way crash that, as you mentioned, the CHP suspects may have involved alcohol. And I want to bring in Sergeant Jeff Lane here with us live this morning. Such a sad situation, 2 lives lost. Walk us through what you know happened.
Our CHP dispatch received a call of a possible traffic collision at 1:37 hours this morning. Upon our arrival, it's suspected that we see a wrong-way driver who collided into a vehicle traveling northbound 110 right at North 9th Street. Early reports indicate that it was a male driver. Alcohol may be a factor in the collision. Collided into a Toyota Corolla or Camry, traveling northbound 110, where the driver, a male driver approximately 30 years of age, and the passenger approximately 30 years of age, sustained fatal injuries. The driver of the Lexus traveling wrong way was transported to California Hospital for major injuries. And the passenger and of the Lexus was the 30-year-old female, and an infant or a toddler was transported to USC for their minor injuries.
So a toddler in this car as well, but appears to be okay at this point.
At this point, yes.
What can we let folks know who might be traveling this way this morning with their morning?
Currently, the transition roads from Interstate 10 to northbound 110 are currently closed, as well as the 2, 3, 4, and 5 lanes on Interstate 110 northbound. The number 1 lane is open, but will obviously impact northbound traffic in the area.
Thank you so much for joining us here live. DeMarco, just really a sad scene out here. We can't even show you the actual crash because we have the firefighters here trying to cut into that vehicle right now to remove those 2 people who were killed. So just a reminder of the power of alcohol and this wrong-way crash that took these 2 innocent lives here this morning. Back to you.
So here this suspected drunk driver, slams into this car. They're just driving, and there's fatalities. And I don't know if he was drunk or not, but he was headed the wrong way on the freeway. So you have to pretty much guess that either he was a moronic idiot or he was intoxicated, inebriated, something, right? Prescription drugs. Something was going on with this guy. So, because when you go to turn, doesn't it have those big signs that say, do not enter? Wrong way? Like, oh, not that way. That was the entrance is over there. But my point is, so when people comment on these videos that I do where I record a DUI driver being arrested and people go, well, you're violating, what about his privacy? How would you like to be recorded? Well, when he kills somebody, then you can come comment to me, okay? That's why I record drunk drivers. I'm not saying this guy was drunk. They just said it was suspected. But come on, the guy was driving southbound and northbound lanes. Something was going on with this guy. There's a police officer that also did this. Let's look at it. WeAreIowa.com gives us this story. An Ames police officer was arrested and placed on paid administrative leave after law enforcement said he led them on a high-speed chase while driving the wrong way on the highway Monday night.
An Ames police officer suspended this afternoon after a state trooper arrested him for driving the wrong way on Highway 30 while speeding. Jason Eaton is charged with OWI, eluding, 2 counts of excessive speed and failure to obey a traffic sign. The criminal complaint says a trooper passed a wrong-way driver on Highway 30 around 10 o'clock last night. That driver was clocked going 126 miles an hour in a 65-mile-an-hour zone. State Patrol says Eaton didn't pull over either, even sped up to try to get away. They say he finally stopped. Investigators say he told the trooper he had had 1 or 2 beers and refused field sobriety tests. The Ames Police Department says Eaton has been placed on paid leave pending the outcome of their internal investigation.
The trooper writes in his complaint, "While interacting with Eaton, I could smell the strong odor of an alcoholic beverage coming from the defendant's breath. The defendant admitted to consuming 1 to 2 beers. There were multiple open containers of alcoholic beverage in the front passenger compartment of the vehicle and multiple unopened containers of alcoholic beverages." The complaint says Eaton refused numerous sobriety tests.
This ain't reality TV!
He is charged with eluding law enforcement and operating while under the influence, first offense. Court records show he is bonded out and a preliminary hearing is scheduled for April 9th. The Ames Police Department confirmed to Local 5 Eaton works as an officer and the Iowa State Patrol arrested him. They said Eaton has been placed on paid administrative leave pending the outcome of an internal investigation. They declined further comment, noting it was a confidential personnel matter. Now, I get that they had to put him on paid administrative leave. They have to do that. He's not guilty yet. What if it comes out that he just got confused and he was going the wrong way, or his blood level, or alcohol BAC is low, or whatever? I don't know. But I get the paid administrative leave. What I want to know is what this guy's conviction is going to be. Is he going to do time? Is he going to lose his driver's? If he loses his driver's license, he can't be a cop. Or are they just going to let him keep his driver's license and give him like 3 years probation or something? So, fortunately, a state trooper stopped this cop before he killed somebody, unlike the San Pedro one that I gave you earlier, where people weren't so lucky. But what gets me is how, and some people are going to get on me about this, but oh well. What gets me is how this cop, Jason Eaton, has probably worked many accidents over the course of his law enforcement occupational career. And yet here he is, wrong way down the highway, with open containers of alcoholic beverage in his car. He knows better. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. He knows better. It's not like he's some rookie cop that just got out of the academy. It's not like he's just, some Joe citizen. He's a cop, and he knows better. I'm trying to see if it says how long he's been a police officer. They didn't say. They just confirmed that he works as an officer. It's ridiculous. But really, if this guy keeps his driver's license, what's going to astound me is that he'll keep his job as a law enforcement officer and still get to go out there and arrest people for OWI in Iowa. Yeah. These cops, they get DUI, they remain cops. I don't know how they do that. They keep their driver's license. How the hell do they do that? And then they arrest people for DUI. What do you all think? Woo! I had a Peter Brady moment. What do you all think? Let me know in the comment section below. Community Leo Watch, watching Leos, that's law enforcement officers, to include those that drive the wrong way on a highway with open containers of alcoholic beverage in their car, and from coast to coast.